Hello and welcome to a new episode of Inside Egypt, during which we're going to bring you the latest political, economic and cultural events that are taking place in Egypt. Please stay tuned. Well, President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi delivered a keynote speech on Monday before the World Energy Future Summit held in the United Arab Emirates. The president also said that the region is facing major difficulties which go beyond the shortage of energy.
President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi ended on Monday his two-day visit to the United Arab Emirates. In his first official visit since taking office, the president addressed the World Future Energy Summit in Abu Dhabi on Monday. In his speech, the president said that Egypt is looking to become a pivotal center for energy trade as part of its national strategy to meet domestic market. He added that during the past 4 decades, energy consumption rates have doubled, and this figure is expected to double once again by 2050. He emphasized, however, that over 1.3 billion people worldwide, half of them in Africa, live without electricity sources. The president highlighted Egypt's strategy aims to diversify the traditional energy sources used in power plants by creating a balanced combination. This will include the use of coal and nuclear sources along with natural gas and petroleum sources. Sisi said there are efforts to improve energy efficiency and the development of oil and natural gas fields, while also encouraging investments in new exploration to increase production and reserves. Sisi added that the future of sustainable development lies in achieving stability in the energy market and the of clean sources. Meanwhile, the president told an interview with Abu Dhabi TV channel that Egypt's relations with the United Arab Emirates are excellent and will remain special. Sisi described Egypt's relationship with the UAE as strong and balanced since it was founded by the late Sheikh Zayed bin Sultan Al Nahyan. Sisi said that the United Arab Emirates President Khalifa bin Zayed bin Sultan Al Nahyan, the Emir of Abu Dhabi and the commander of the Union Defense Forces, and his brothers had followed Sheikh Zayed's path and ensured that relations between the UAE and Egypt must always remain special. He also said that the two countries shared similar views regarding counter-terrorism. While dubbing Egypt's stability as key to the region's wider security, Sisi also sought to further attract UAE investment into the country, especially that Cairo is to hold a major economic conference in the coastal Sharm el-Sheikh city on March the 13th. The president added that Egypt's investment law, which is currently underway, would help to remove all obstacles and minimize red tape for potential investors.
On the sidelines of the Japanese Prime Minister's visit to Egypt, the Japanese Prime Minister Spurs Akai Bay paid a visit to the Egyptian Museum and the pyramids, and our Nile correspondent Nada Ibrahim held this exclusive interview with her.
エジプトですけれども、今日ピラミッドに来ることができて、また、スフィンクスを見ることができて大変嬉しく思います。
This is my second time to come to Egypt, so I'm very delighted to see the pyramids and Sphinx.
経済的にも観光の面でも、ますます日本の人たちがエジプトに、来るようになるといいなというふうに思っています。
I sincerely hope, in terms of the relationship in economics or tourism, we hope that more Japanese people will visit Egypt.
この本当に歴史あるこのエジプト、ここに来てみなければわからない感覚というのがあると思います。私も今日初めて、ピラミッドの中に入れていただいて、何かこう異次元にいたような気がしました。ぜひそれを、多くの日本人の方に体感していただきたいと思います。
Long history, and you have to come here to see and feel what Egypt is like. So I sincerely hope that the more Japanese people will be able to feel the feeling that I felt today. Thank you. While the Supreme Electoral Commission, the SEC, starts receiving the applications for media coverage of the coming parliamentary elections on Wednesday until February the 1st. The spokesman for the commission have said that the registration of journalists and reporters will start off the official website of the commission between February the 5th and the 16th. Details in this report.
Since the official start of the registration process on the 12th of January, the Ministry of Solidarity issued permits for 43 Egyptian NGOs to observe the upcoming parliamentary elections. NGOs that wish to participate in the electoral observation process are required certificate of validity issued by the ministries approving the legal status of the organization. An official statement released by the ministry said that activities of the organizations are in accordance with the permits obtained in the field of observation of political election, democracy, human rights, and political awareness. NGOs are to submit the ministry's certificate to the Supreme Electoral Commission. The ministry said that among the 43 NGOs approved so far, 26 of them directly applied to the SEC by obtaining a certificate from the administration affiliated with the ministry in their local communities. Accepted NGOs are expected to receive their permits between the 4th of February and the 14th of March. Parliamentary elections are scheduled to take place starting the 21st of March, as the last day of second round elections, if needed, will be the 7th of May. The Commission has not yet announced the opening of registration for the candidates. Other observers to the elections could include a committee of ministers, representatives designated by the Ministry of Social Solidarity, in addition to media institutions who are also in the process of registering at the SEC. Meanwhile, the Supreme Electoral Commission will start receiving applications for media coverage of parliamentary elections starting Wednesday until the 1st of February.
With the aim of discussing funding opportunities for small and medium enterprises in the Middle East regional conference was held under the slogan and title of the role of regulators in promoting SMEs financing. This regional conference was held under the auspices of Prime Minister Engineer Ibrahim Mahlab and also Mr. Hisham Ramez, the Governor of the Central Bank. Now TV's Linda Abdul Latif and the following report.
Access to banking sector compared to larger counterparts.
Under the slogan, the role of regulators in promoting SMEs financing, a regional conference was held to discuss increasing the funding opportunities for small and medium enterprises known as SMEs. The conference was held under the auspices of Prime Minister Engineer Ibrahim Mahlab and Mr. Hisham Ramez, the Governor of the Central Bank. The conference was held as well with the attendance of the Director General and Chairman of the Board of the Arab Monetary Fund, Dr. Abdulrahman bin Abdullah Al-Hamadi. SMEs are important to the economies of all countries, and they provide employment opportunities for people, especially in the Arab region, which has a huge number of youth. The Arab Monetary Fund works on providing the suitable environment to ease financing of the SMEs by working with all the targeted institutions over the region, especially with the central banks.
في الدول العربية التي لديها قطاع عريض جدا من الشباب.
During the conference, Mahlab said that Egyptian SMEs are very important, especially that they represent a huge percentage of the private sector enterprises. This two-day conference will tackle a number of topics related to SME business in the Middle East and North Africa region, including opportunities in changing landscape in SME business in the MENA region, the national frameworks to promote SME development, the role of the central banks in promoting SME businesses, besides a number of other topics concerning the different financial institutions that help finance SMEs.
One of our main strategies in the region, and specifically for Egypt, is to support SMEs. Almost in everything we do in the region, part of it is supporting SMEs. We believe that if we don't support SMEs and the government doesn't support SMEs to grow, the economy will not grow. SMEs represent a large number of the economy and a large employer in the economy. There is a lot of unemployed people in the region and in Egypt. So for us, if we need to help Egypt to grow and promote the economic growth of Egypt, we need to help SMEs, and that's really part of our strategy.
The conference was attended by a number of ministers and high-ranking senior officials. Among the attendees was Finance Minister Hani Abdel-Benyan, who told Nile TV about the ministry's plan to support SMEs.
To have a simplified tax system for SMEs and the micro-enterprises as well, and this still in the very early stages. We have to talk to our partners in the business community to see the best model to follow in structuring this framework. The final is the government purchasing framework, and this